Hello guys, and welcome to a new video. As usual, I'm filming myself by myself. One of the challenges is to set the right focus, like this. Wow, so how is that possible without even touching the camera? Actually, I'm using this equipment. Then I can change the focus wirelessly. This equipment. Actually, I'm using this equipment, and it's really cool. And the change focus. Oh, let's take a closer look at the equipment. So, let's check it out. Sorry guys, I'm probably a bit tired today. Anyway, what's inside this box? Let's open it and see. So this is the wireless remote controller. This is a lens adapter. Here are some cables. And this is to attach the remote controller to your rig. The whole setup is called Aputure DEC Wireless Remote Follow Focus Lens Adapter. I think I'll just call it DEC. So, first of all, let's look at the adapter. Imagine you have been shooting with your Canon DSLR for a long time, and now you want to switch over to a camera like the GH4. Then, this adapter will make your Canon EF lenses work on micro four thirds cameras like the GH4 and the Blackmagic pocket camera. But that is just one cool thing with this adapter. By connecting it to the other equipment, you can do a lot more. How does it work and how useful is it on set? Let's test it out. So, we are on set and we are shooting a scene with my GH4 and Canon 50mm lens, which doesn't have an image stabilization inside the lens. Therefore, I want to use my shoulder rig for smooth movements. Normally, I would shoot like this. I would start and stop the recording by pressing the record button on the camera and focus by touching the lens with my hand. But this is not practical, since it makes the shot less stable and your hand will get tired. The best way to shoot would be to keep both my hands on the rig at all times. But how can I then operate the camera and the lens? Let me show you. Attach the DEC adapter to your camera. Attach your lens and mount the camera on the shoulder rig. Then grab the remote controller and the clamp and attach it to your rig. Adjust it in place like this. And now the remote controller is your new handle. Turn on the adapter and the remote controller, and you are ready to control the camera wirelessly. One of the features is the wireless focus. Pull this button to either side to change focus. The faster you pull, the faster you focus. It works great and makes the shoulder rig more practical and even more stabilized. Being able to change aperture quickly during recording is important when filming documentaries. Just roll the wheel on the back of the remote and the aperture will change. The screen on the remote controller shows you the current aperture, and the focal length is shown on the left side of the screen. The same screen as you see on the remote controller is on the side of the adapter. Okay, so now we are able to adjust the focus and the aperture without touching the camera. But what about the record button? No problem. Grab the cable from the box and attach it to the adapter, and then the remote input of the camera. Now you can start and stop the recording by pressing this button on the remote controller. That's perfect. So let's try to shoot something using the DSC. In this scene we need a really good focus pull, so let's see if the DSC can handle it. Here is another shot where the actor is moving back and forth in front of the camera. This would be a pain to shoot without the DSC. Since the remote controller is wireless, you can also use one of your friends to be the focus puller. Another great feature is the opportunity to set focus marks. Imagine you want to pull focus from these flowers to these flowers and make the shot accurate every single time. That's not a problem with the DSC. First you choose one of the focus points and then press the A button on the side of the remote. Then change focus over to the other flowers and press the B button. Now those marks are saved, as you can tell by looking at the display. So when you now pull the focus button, it will make the perfect focus change every single time. The remote shakes when the marking point is reached and automatically stops the focus change. Again, the faster you pull the focus button, the faster the focus change. I did a test and tried to keep myself in focus while walking towards the camera. And actually, it worked. I realized that the focus features could help us to do shots that normally would be too difficult to make. So I challenged my friend, who has almost never filmed before, and asked him to focus on the ball while another friend of mine and I played table tennis. By setting a E and B mark, he actually managed to keep the focus quite well. Being able to focus while using a Steadicam is also quite tricky, as you shouldn't touch the camera when using it. But by using the DSC, you don't need to touch the camera to focus, so it's really good for those kind of shooting as well. The remote and the adapter has an internal battery. The remote has a battery life of 3 to 4 days non-stop, and the adapter has a battery life of 4 hours. You charge them with the USB cables, and you can use them while charging. The price of $380 is really cheap compared to similar equipment. And also, I read that they will release one version with speed booster, so it doesn't crop the image when using EF lenses on the Micro Four Third cameras. I'm really looking forward for it. So, thanks for watching. If you have any questions regarding movie making on a budget, feel free to ask them below. And if you want to check our other movie making tutorials, press this playlist and subscribe. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye!